Your beliefs and what works for you and what you like and how you perceive things, they're not the same for everyone. I don't understand how people XYZ because I ZYX and I look good doing it. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, we are still channeling our chill chit chat type of videos, and in this one I wanted to talk specifically about stepping into your confident era. This has been something that I have been intentionally working on for like the past 3 years, just to help me with setting boundaries as well as learning to love the person that is in the mirror. So I am going to be sharing 3 tips that have truly helped me, and hopefully it will help you as well. So if you are ready to step into your true confidence and your true potential, then keep watching. All right, so tip number 1 is to start working on stabilizing your finances. I feel like financial stability is obviously the ultimate confidence booster, because whether we like to admit it or not, whether we realize it or not, we wrap our identities up into our finances. So based on where our finances are, we make that mean something about us as an individual. So if our finances are good, they're stable, money is coming in, we are able to, pay our bills and buy things with ease, then we're feeling good about ourselves. We're spending ourselves. It may not necessarily be confidence, it may just be ego, but still we're feeling good about ourselves. And when your finances are not doing so good, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person. I'm making stupid decisions. You're feeling down. You're feeling more anxious about certain things that could happen because you're not feeling prepared. And so it is extremely important to work on your finances. And I've said this plenty of times before, not to wrap your identity up in your financial state, to separate your self-worth from your finances. Don't have your self-worth wrapped up in your net worth. And that is something that you should strive for and continue to strive for. But we are human beings, and sometimes it's just not going to be 100%. We're still humans. We're still going to do it. So it's really about finding a balance. And when I say work to stabilize or improve your finances, I'm not talking about you hitting some wild, large goals. I'm not talking about you hitting 6 figures or anything like that. I'm talking about just consistently making small improvements. This could look like you setting a budget and following a budget, especially one that is specific to a certain goal, like you establishing your emergency fund, or you paying off a certain debt balance, or it could be you saying that you're going to save $50 consistently and you actually do what you say you're going to do. And as you work to improve your money, you're going to be improving the way you see yourself as well, because obviously this is going to be dependent on you seeing yourself in a positive light. If you want to improve your finances, you have to see yourself in a positive light. No one who thinks that they're lazy and that they're stupid is going to save money consistently, even when the motivation has run out. No one who thinks that they are, once again, lazy and stupid and lacking discipline is going to stick to a budget. No one who says I'm bad with money is going to be very successful in turning that around unless they start to turn around the way that they see themselves. However you identify yourself is how you're going to show up in the world. And so if you continue to make small improvements, you're going to slowly over time build up trust in yourself and confidence to continue to make bigger decisions for yourself when it comes to not only just your money, but in life in general. Tip number 2 is to develop a character from your core values. Obviously, you're going to need to know your core values to do this. So you may have to do some soul searching, some digging to even determine what your core values are. But I find that a lot of us start to lose confidence when we're too in our heads, which is something that is extremely common, right? We are over analyzing everything. We are wondering about what other people are wondering about us, whether we like to admit it or not. We are second guessing our actions. And I have found, especially for me, the quickest way for me to get out of my head is to step into the character I created based on my values. Like, I will say, this can go in a bad direction depending on the situation, right? So this can be in a negative light where people are literally creating these characters to escape something in their life that is traumatic. That is not necessarily what I am talking about. This character is still you are still living in your reality, but they more so align with your core values, because even though we have these values, that doesn't mean that we're going to embody them all the time. So it's kind of like, you know, when you're envisioning yourself and who you want to become, like what you want to embody, and you're envisioning this person in your mind, or you in your mind, and your highest version of you, and you're like, okay, well, what is she doing? What would she do? How is she dressing? You know, how is she carrying herself? This is similar to that, and it's the you without all of the negative thoughts that are keeping you stuck. It's you without life's experiences. And one of my values is to be disciplined. I have said this multiple times. I am working on being disciplined again, because I don't know what happened. Discipline just kind of went out the window the past year or two, and I'm working on becoming more disciplined. And so just the other night, I have been trying to read more. I'm trying to become a reading girl again. So I've been reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. And the other night I was like, okay, I need to read. But then here comes the mind, and I'm telling myself all of these reasons why I should not take time to read that day. I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. I need to get ready for bed. I got work in the morning. The kids already jumping on the couch. They're going to disturb me. You know, yada, yada, yada. But in my mind, I'm envisioning myself on my patio, right? With the lights, with my little patio lights, listening to the grasshoppers or whatever that is that's chirping in the grass. And it was just peaceful and serene, and I was reading my book. So obviously my character, my highest version of self, is disciplined. And I am, in my current reality, trying to become more disciplined. So here's like a mental image of what I did. It's like I unzipped myself from this avatar. I zipped myself down, my current self. And it's kind of like a soul. Like if you watch the movie Soul, kind of envision like the soul leaving the avatar and then going into the character, like the highest version of myself. And so basically what I did when I did that, I took my butt outside on the patio, turned on my patio lights, and I read a chapter in one page. So the reading got done. It didn't even take as long as it was. It was really peaceful. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And that helped me become 1% better. And that made my confidence that night going to bed higher than it would have been if I didn't do what I said that I wanted to do, but I wasn't making time for that. And I'll be honest, y'all, I do the same thing when it comes to the gym. Going to the gym is very important to me. It is very important to me. The physical improvements, yes, it does help with your confidence, and that was one of the reasons why I started working out. I've been working out consistently, oh my God, for like 3 years now. But you know, the motivation and the discipline are not always there, but maintaining a semi-healthy lifestyle is very important to me. It's a value of mine. And so of course that's part of my character, aka the highest version of myself that I am striving to achieve every single day, a little piece of her every single day. And sometimes you got to take outside, you know, use what you got on the outside to help you when motivation is at an all-time low. Because my character looks good, period. I want my character to look good. She looks good to me. That is what I'm striving for. Not just the physical, but you know, internal as well. And so I need to get up and do what I can to make sure that I get myself to the gym. And cute gym outfits and putting on a little bit of mascara, that helps me get there as well. Like sometimes you got to use what you got on the outside to give you just enough confidence so that you can get up and do what you need to do. And I know some people kind of like at the idea of, you know, people wearing cute gym outfits or even wearing any kind of makeup to the gym. But there's this crazy thing that I find most humans have a very, very hard time comprehending. And it is that your beliefs and what works for you and what you like and how you perceive things, they're not the same for everyone, and they are not going to be the same for everyone, and they should not be the same for everyone. So if you've ever found yourself being like, I don't understand how people XYZ because I ZYX, that's because you're not supposed to understand, because you are not that person. If that works out for you and you go to the gym a specific type of way because your focus is XYZ, I say that is great. That is amazing, because you're in there, you know, and you're self-aware and you know what you like. But what other people want to do is what other people want to do, and they deserve that same respect. And I will say that, you know, cute gym outfit and mascara and all, I still get in there and I zone in and I get it done. And I look good doing it. Tip number 3 is to work on your silence. Not everything or everyone deserves a response. And I know in today's time that is very difficult to do, because a response is not only expected, but it is demanded of someone. Like people who are celebrities or have large followings, like influencers, if a situation arises and their name is mentioned, you can quickly go to that person's page or to news articles, and a response is almost always demanded of these people. But I truly feel like silence, depending on the situation, is the loudest and most confident response. And just last night I was reading scripture and came to realize like this is a recurring thing that Jesus does. And no matter your beliefs, I believe that there is a ton of wisdom to be extracted from reading scripture, especially when it comes to building your character. And so no matter the allegations and accusations that were brought forth, he stood his ground and remained silent. No matter what they were trying, the dirt they were trying to throw on his character, he's like, I am who you say I am, and I've done what you said I've done. It is it's exactly how you say it is. I'm going to continue to remain silent. When they asked for an answer, he didn't have one. Okay. So this has been one of the hardest things for me. I will say more so like a year or so ago. I think I'm pretty good with it now, but it was one of the hardest things for me, not only in my personal life, but my online world, because being online in whatever capacity just adds a whole new layer to it, because depending on what you share, you're intentional about what you share. Anyone who doesn't even know you can put their thoughts and opinions on whatever it is that you have put out there, and that can, if you don't have much confidence, that can have you looking at yourself in the way that they perceive you. But going back to, you know, scripture, Jesus was not, you know, fist fighting to prove a point. He wasn't fist fighting in the comment section to prove a point. He was not standing on top of a mountain trying to proclaim his innocence. And I know that is because he knew himself. He knew his character, and he knew that you cannot fight a fight and win against someone's perspective. These people came in, and a lot of people come in and, you know, throw out things based on biases, you know, based on biases. They've already got their mind made up. You cannot win when it comes to this. Like, you will dang near kill yourself trying to get your point across to the masses. And that's because we have all been blessed with brains, and we all have autonomy when it comes to our thoughts. Unfortunately, not so much when it comes to our actions, especially depending on where you live. But no one's in your head with you. Like, you can think whatever it is that you want to think. And we're not all going to see things the same exact way. So as long as you are moving with integrity, how people perceive you is not your problem. And that took me the longest to get comfortable accepting, because I feel like a lack of confidence is also, or a lack of confidence in silence is also also rooted in being a people pleaser, because like no one wants people to see them in a negative light. Like nobody wants people to judge their character. And so it's like, no, I don't want to let these people down. I need you to understand me, and I need you to understand where I'm coming from and, you know, what I am doing. But once again, you're going to kill yourself trying to get your point across to the masses, like to 10, 20 people. If you honestly think you're going to be able to change these people's mind to think all the same way, kudos to you, but you may lose your sanity, you know, in the midst of that. But that is something that I pride myself on, because I'm the queen of no response. Like depending on the situation, like if my character is being questioned, or you know, if someone is trying to, it's a bit of a messy situation, let me just say that, girl, you're not getting no response, or man, you're not getting no response from me. I have learned that the greatest get back is no response, but I'm going to continue to level up on the side, and I'm still going to give you grace and respect you. That is the highest form of confidence personally for me that I have gotten to. I don't care how you slander me or what the situation is. Even if you did me bad, I'm going to move with integrity and grace and respect when it comes to you. But I don't have to talk to you anymore. I don't have to give you a response if shots are fired. I don't have to respond to that, because I know who I am. I've done the internal work to learn who I am, to love who I am, to accept those good parts of me, while also doing the work to heal the parts of me that need to be healed. So just a little word of advice for those who have not quite mastered this just yet. But as you do the internal work, you start to become more and more okay with people misunderstanding you, because you have faith in yourself. And I know that, you know, we always say faith of a mustard seed, but once you're really in the fight for faith, what I have found through my life experience is that, girl, a mustard seed, we say it so casually. We say all of these things so casually, but when you're actually in it, and it's time to put action to words, it's not as easy. So I've learned through life that a mustard seed of faith is actually quite large. It is actually quite large. In the physical, I feel like a mustard seed is more like a mountain or a boulder, because when you're in the thick of it, it's hard to have that little bit of faith in yourself or in whatever and actually stick with it and not have your views of yourself or a certain situation skewed by the opinion of others. But that is for a whole new video, you know, a whole other topic, because I can go on and on about that. But hopefully these 3 tips were helpful to you all, and hopefully y'all like these little sit down videos. Let me know down below, because I really am loving creating them, and I tend to just have these conversations with myself in my room or in my head, or thoughts out loud to God, but I know that it will bring a lot of substance and clarity and help to those if I do sit down and record them. So that will just encourage me to continue making them. But I will catch you guys in the next one.